Hello, I'm Brad Johnson of ConsciousMatrix.com, and in this video we're going to be talking about observing your core, bringing the shadows into the light. So one of the very basic things that I work on through one-on-one sessions is being able to look deeply within another's core. What is also very, very fascinating about this is that as I'm looking into that individual's core, I'm looking into my own core as well too. Everything that really represents one who is assisting you in coaching, assisting you in mentorship, assisting you as an intuitive guide, really is just helping them to understand their own vulnerabilities to help understand yours. The great empowerment factor here is that one who has experience in understanding their own faults and vulnerabilities are often the best type of individuals to work together with you, as there is rapport in regards to knowing what you're going through. So as we look at the core of ourselves and we start to understand what is it that image is trying to hold so prominently within my life that's preventing me from looking at my own vulnerabilities. That the image says that, well, all I can really do is just stay within a survival instinct. I seem to repel everything that's quote-unquote good or helpful in my life, and I seem to attract everything that represents hardship, that represents authority, that represents unworthiness, that I feel that I'm not good enough to exist in this universe. I feel that the universe is against me, it's my own worst enemy, and I'm never going to be able to overcome that. So in order for us really to understand how we can evolve, how we can resolve these, we need to first look at the root issues that are causing these particular forms of roadblocks, these barriers within the core of our being. That the shadows in that sense truly represent the domination factor within our lives. I can't get a good job because I don't feel that I've been able to do anything. My parents have always told me how useless I am, how worthless I am, that I'm never going to be amounted to anything. That when I was in school I got really bad grades and the teachers just looked at me shaking their head and saying, no, 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 you're not going to succeed. You don't pay attention in class. You don't let yourself focus in regards to what's being talked about. You daydream too much. You're not going to amount to anything in life. You had friends who feel that they were by your side and that an event took place and that the friends that you thought would never leave you, whom you could trust, violated that trust because they bought into another form of opinion of you that brought you so far deep into a purgatory, a feeling that you were unworthy of their friendship and that you didn't deserve their trust and you didn't deserve their love. And so the conditionality threw you down into the mud. And you feel that throughout your entire life, you sense that you're not good enough for other people, that you're not good enough to meet people's expectations, that you're not good enough to meet your own expectations. Everything has been a challenge, everything has been an authority, everything has been a domination that you feel that has taken place within your life. So what is it that I feel that I can do that will allow myself to feel good? If my entire life has all been about dismay, or unworthiness, or lack of value, how could I possibly imagine being able to see something bigger within myself? How can I possibly bring the light in? It's about looking at these shadows, and these shadows of your core self will always tell you, well, you're not good enough to do this, so here's the survival mentality. Here's your naturalness to worry, to be fearful. You've adopted fear into your worry. And so now we're going to look at these core issues. We're going to discover exactly what these shadows are constantly telling you, are whispering in your ear. That whenever there's a good intention, a manifestation that comes along that could really be a great opportunity, you second guess yourself and you attempt to lay out the landmines to sabotage this. If you dare take a step forward or a step at a 45-degree angle, well then bam, you're going to explode. You've created self-sabotage. Every situation that could be potentially beneficial within your reality represents the idea of it being a repulsion, and therefore the attraction comes forward relating to these self-sabotaging landmines. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do that. There's no way that I'm going to be able to get away with this. There's no way that's ever going to come to me. I don't deserve to be financially abundant. I don't deserve to have a job that I actually enjoy. I don't deserve to have a partner that actually loves me, because I don't love myself. And therefore, that's the first step of understanding this shadow that we're going to play with, that we're going to talk to. Because a lot of people feel that if we're going to be working with shadows, that there's going to be a lot of hate coming up, and that, I can never get along with that shadow. That shadow I can't stand. Look what it has done to me my entire life. This shadow represents the shadow of my father, or the shadow of my mother, or what have you. And I'm not able to look at that shadow and forgive it. I refuse to forgive it. I stomp my foot. No, it's not going to happen. And so we stay within that image. The image puts us on that pedestal of saying that, well, Joe's not going to be able to knock me down. And so here I am, high and mighty, almighty, dominant, to control his life, or to control Jenny's life, etc. And so we continue to battle with ourselves. We continue to feel that we're not able to look at our core, and we're not able to dig into the heart of the matter, and being able to share with ourselves that we are worthy, that we have the potential to be here, that we deserve to be here. But it is the events, it is the causality of how we have made our decisions based upon our upbringing that prevent us from feeling our own worthiness. We've simply just created a fog around us. Past that fog is your true light. It is your true spark. It is the divinity of what you are, truthfully, in the greatest way that it can be expressed. But in order for you to see that, you need to understand all this fog that has been placed around you. And so it's being able to look past this point of fog to realize that there is a spark, there is our life force, there's who we truly are as spirit that exists upon the other side. But it's this fog that is making us feel that you're not able to expose your roots. You're not able to actually be vulnerable to make peace with yourself. Liberation is the path to true peace, to true freedom, when you're able to liberate yourself, when you're able to look at those particular fears, and you're able to look at those shadows and say, you know what, shadows, I forgive you. I love you. Thank you so much for pointing out my faults. Thank you so much for pointing out my vulnerabilities. I feel liberated now. I feel that I am worthy to move into being more financially abundant. I feel that I am worthy to be able to explore the world and have the career I've always wanted to have. I do feel worthy right now that I deserve a partner who loves me, because I am understanding how I am loving myself, how I'm able to fulfill myself and realize this. Now, this is not an overnight quick fix. Sometimes a session can be really, really great, and a person just feels, oh my goodness, I'm on top of the world right now, everything's going to change the next morning. Well, there may be transformations, but you have to realize that this is a lot of fog. We're not just looking at a little tiny bit here and there. This whole fog has been with you your entire life. And so it's being able to understand that the fog will take time to come to peace with. Because what's going to happen is when you initiate change within your life is going to constantly challenge you based upon those situations that you are now manifesting that represents a state of worthiness. Okay, I feel I'm worthy right now. Well, here's this situation. How do I feel about that? There's this situation that I once had a problem with. How do I feel about that? And we may feel that we're going to go right back into the trap of feeling that we're disempowered again. We're going to create repulsion based upon what we know we're naturally worthy of, and we're going to create attraction based on what we feel we are not worthy of. So that is the whole idea, that there is law of attraction, but everything that you're attracting that represents that is a disservice to yourself is keeping everything else in the background that represents what you are truly naturally of. And so therefore that's the repulsion effect. It's an unintentional repulsion of everything that's truly within the background that's then coming forward and saying this is the forefront. So my law of attraction is giving me the forefront of more of what I do not want, rather than the whole idea of being able to resolve those particular forms of challenges and trials and tribulations, representing the core of the shadow self, and being able to let that submerge into the background so that more of my worthiness can now become attracted. So you could refer to it as the idea of everything that we don't want becomes attracted, and everything that we truly do want either becomes repulsed or, in that sense, stagnant. So really just being able to look at yourself and looking at your core issues. And this is what I primarily deal with in regards to one-on-one sessions, whether it be through myself, whether it be through Adronis, or what have you. This is really what I've been going through for many years, is being able to understand my vulnerability, understanding my fears and my own shadow selves. And there's been a lot of progress in my life, and there's still been a lot of challenges. And we're all going through that. But again, what really makes a valuable session so wonderful is when a person is going through those vulnerabilities and is able to relate with you to understand what you're going through. The greatest form of advisor, the greatest form of mentor and guide is one who can listen to you. And here is an open mind, an open heart, and an open ear for you. Thank you very much for watching this video in regards to understanding more of the nature of your core self and addressing those shadows and bringing them into light. If you have any more questions in regards to this, please feel free to contact me by email, info@consciousmatrix.com, and feel free to check out the website. There's a lot of great stuff in your life. There's everything that you have possibly wanted in this life. There's everything that you can be in the grandest state of worthiness you can. All we're doing is just helping you to tweak so that you can now seal that fog, resolve that fog, let that fog dissipate into the background, and bringing in everything that you deserve, everything that you naturally are, everything that says authentically, this is you. We can do that together. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Namaste, and may it be well with you. Goodbye.